Is Norway the energy savior Europe needs as gas supplies from the Gulf come under pressure, or is it just seeking profit? And what about its green goals? As demand increases, Norway is doubling down on fossil fuel production for export while advocating for net zero emissions at home.
Norway is a kind of a country full of paradoxes. On the one hand, we have a country where 95% of electricity is being produced from green energy, meaning hydro resources. On the other hand, Norway has huge resources in terms of oil and gas that is very much needed in Europe.
Norway's energy minister says Norway has a responsibility to address Europe's shortfalls caused by the conflicts in Ukraine and the Middle East, and that increasing the supply requires new exploration and investment. This month, Norway announced it is reopening gas fields that were shut more than 25 years ago, and it's expanding oil and gas exploration closer to Norway's coast than ever before. But even without increasing production, Norway is already earning a lot of money from fossil fuels. The government just raised its forecast for this year from 51 billion to 67 billion euros, a roughly 30% jump, boosted by price spikes linked to the Iran conflict.
The issue of profits is a kind of thing that is being used by some Norwegian friends to shame Norway, but this is a kind of by-effect of the situation on the global and regional energy market. The prices are high because there is a shortage of fuels to be supplied, and Norway is operating based on the market rules.
But how does Norway reconcile going green while exporting oil and gas? While the country has the ambitious goal of reaching net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2030, that doesn't include emissions from the fossil fuel it exports.
One aspect of this is quite often raised by Norwegian policymakers, and this is the fact that Norwegian gas and oil production is the least environment unfriendly compared with other sources of fossil fuels. So this is one of the explanations. But on the other hand, there is this growing understanding in Norway that this is also something that Norway needs to address as a policy issue, because even on the domestic front there are parties and groups that are very dissatisfied with the fact that Norway is still supplying other countries with fossil fuels.